Well, that's the way it is, you know. I was playing that Bonnie Tyler, some of her old songs. There's that album come on through YouTube, and some of the good songs, the Eclipse and Heartache. But there's a lot of songs in there like fillers. You gotta fill this up because of contracts. And the bass is boom, 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 boom. It's like, jeez, just like keeping you drummed down to where, what is she really saying in these songs. But at any rate, I've been working, cleaning up. Oh, what a big mess. So I've been cleaning up the way I think it should look. And I was working a sweat. I mean, I was sweating like, I could say nigger because I don't think the word anymore, just that word, the actual meaning, just like, fucking hard, man. Wasn't easy. But I'm out of the shower, cleaned up, and I am still sweating. And I was working that hard. But I come in here and I listen to this music, this thing going on, and I had to shut it off because I couldn't be in here. That's why I stayed out there working myself, sweating, just drenched in sweat until I could stand it no more, and I needed to come inside and rest. And I had to mute that music. Yeah. It's, there could be words in these things that are, yes, honey. Well, all right, thank you. Oh, yes, there's a trigger point, right? Yeah, how did you find that? Oh, yeah. Oh, uh-huh. Oh, just this amount. Oh, boy, that's a little too sharp. You're going to do something about your nails, because you just can't have nails like that poking, because I don't get into that. But the thing is, there's a storm coming up through here, and the humidity has increased a lot. I mean, it's a lot right now. You can feel it coming. It's part of my frustration also, is sweating out. I already lost like close to 2 pounds this morning already. But what's so cool is keeping this from hitting us, the brunt of it right at this moment, is the pressure so low off the coast of California. Hurricane building in mass, and it's drawing wind. We can measure that in miles ourselves and see from the center of that all the way over here, gripping on to Arizona, across the land. So, seems to me, if it wasn't, for the land, there would be nothing but one giant cyclonic hurricane horde just sucking up and blowing all over this freaking world, Whew. But besides that, the low pressure, you got that? It is creating such low pressure that there's a storm of tropical depression coming up in here. It's just before it gets to us, there's a mountain like South Mountain in Australia is down south of us here, south of Phoenix Valley. It's catching it before it crosses that point. And it's drawing, so there's like a slow there, and it's taking advantage of it. But the thing is a low pressure, and I've always wondered about low pressure, but now the sun's reactions that it has with the CMEs that have burst off in its hemisphere, it's got this plasma, it's got this, and it's got this that, and it's shooting these things off, and it's got through filters you can see the top layer, the coronal layer of the sun. It's like, the top of our clouds, say, and it's like a place like evaporated, poof, gone away because of an explosion, Can you imagine what it'd be like inside a sun? Whew. It's like life inside the atmosphere of our Earth. What's going on down here that was created, and what's it really meant for, and how are we really supposed to be and act and do. That's what everybody's missing. That's the television and the news and the media and all these things out there. They flash bad, bad, evil, evil, bad, bad, evil, evil, all over, all over, all over. It's, and hacking and whacking and killing if you don't join. This is all wrong. But I think, digressing further, is, when these coronal holes are showing, it's like a dark mass matter, and there's wind from those things. I guess the wind building up inside of the sun, that pressure, it could be ejected to wind. And when those places where those CMEs lift off, maybe they're not always directed at a heavenly body that's approaching or coming in, like, the sun diving comets and things like that. And then why does it said Venus has a tail from Thor on YouTube? I haven't looked into it yet. So I'm saying, did I grasp back again that those holes and that wind, there's like a blast coming out. It's just like we see when the coronal mass ejection comes out. It lifts off, lifts out, and as the sun is turning, so it creates an arc, and it just spreads and widens out, and it covers, and that's the level, eye level that we see on a line. And what if we open that line further of that 360 to other degrees, longitude, latitude, and could see into that. But it's coming out, and we just see this little splurt blast thing here, but that is going all over the place. All at once, all at the same time. And when that stuff gets blasted off, that wind comes out. And I think that's what's causing low depressions hitting the earth. What do you think of that? Yep, I invented weather back in 2015, god dog, and it was a hell of a day, made me famous. I don't pay nothing for golf anymore, got my own golf course. Yeah. Now, when that wind, that could be, that's no joke. And nobody's decidedly said where it came from before. So these tropical depressions, that could be the wind there. It's pushing down, pressing in. It's causing a reaction. Would it be plus or minus, and conferring with the sun and its energy that it sends out, and plus or minus, positive and negative, and then another beam hits, and it's it's fueled up. It's created this energy over here with this hurricane, and because of this tropical depression, it's going to add fuel to it, and it's just going to grow. And Hawaii's just right, maybe it'll. But the thing is, when these things go by there, they go up on north. And that circular motion up there is like coming from the left going to the right. I'm sure all these scientists and everybody figure all this stuff out, and that's why they drop stuff out in the atmosphere to see how long it takes to get down to it. Oh, they're getting it cold now. Wow, how many days was that? Whew, that is the strongest batch yet, dude. What's due for tomorrow? Yeah, ain't that a shame? Sorry to break that up, but I've digressed enough for now. I'm gonna rest because I did a lot, and yeah, that's it. Before you just go, but there's times when I need a rest. And then when I get up, it's like starting over, like, oh my God, oh yeah, oh yeah, there it goes. Oh, oh, did you hear that? God almighty, whew. Oh, where's that woman at? I tell you, I've got these places, and you get out and you work and you're doing things, and they're doing things, and then, it's not just all pleasure me. It's just, there's just a pain. I got this thing. Can you help out? I mean, unless you want me to go down and get naked and some other chick to rub on me, because they ain't letting no fucking guy do it, So, and of course I do the same. You just ask, lay out a road, and just don't make it a tar pit covered in carpet. And look out, there she goes. Oh well, this is nobody's here. Well, the raptors and the doves. But we're missing out on flooding rain right now. I'm telling you, if it wasn't for this tropical depression feeding over into that hurricane's low pressure, we'd be getting drenched right now. You know? Entire valley. It's those rains that comes. It's like one of those 24-hour ones, you know, and it takes that for a saguaro cactus seed to grow. Oh my goodness. And you think about that. Oh my goodness. I had the saguaro cactus flowered, blossomed earlier, but none of them turned to seed. None of them. There's not the flowering, because I've got a thing I can pick, and I get some of those off of there, you know. And well, it's really good tasting. Those seeds are so tiny, you know. And you got it gets on into July though, they start getting too ripened, you know, and you wouldn't, you know, I guess you'd want to. It's a different kind of sensation there. Yeah, who knows where that'd take you? Yeah, I'm here. I'm up on Pinnacle Peak right now. Wow, you can see all this weather and this wind. It's amazing. Wow. Man, there's some birds skipping out of town. They almost knocked into me. Wow. What a trip. Yeah, but see if you don't know if anyone's really still paying attention or watching, and you know, you just go play. Hey, what are you doing out there? Just like me and at one time, that concrete, you know. Hey, what do you think you're doing? You can't wash out here. There's concrete washed out all over the place. No, you just can't do it. It's not allowed here. We just, you know, I said, okay. But, you know, the seriousness and the point of it, and because of the neighborhood-ish about it, you know. I just said, yeah. So what I'd washed out there, I you know, fixed my chutes where it won't drip, got them raised high, and I cleaned off that place, and you can't even tell where a wash was when the water evaporated. And I went on over and cleaned in another area, and of course the boss come. I was pretty new then. They just wanted to fire my ass, you know. And they talked to the guy, and he said, no, he wasn't really abusive or nothing. He wasn't yelling. He was a pretty nice guy, and his wife even came over, you know, and he was telling his wife, yeah, it's okay, honey. It's okay, honey. Well, you know, no, it's okay. No, she, yeah, but you don't know it's okay, honey. You know, yeah. Wow. Yeah, that was funny. So yet these birds here are pooping out there, and they poop quite a few places, and so of course that one gets caught and say he did it, you know. So, you know, dude, you're going to clean all this shit up out here, you know, or I'm not putting any more food outside, okay? So I need a little of that rain to come up here. But as the story goes, none of the seeds were flowered, blossomed, seeds, and just days ago, there was one blossom popped out on that cactus. I got a flower, I got the picture of it, the blossom, the thing growing up. And I didn't even take any, even to look to see if it had done anything, you know. Didn't take very long after that. But connection, I was thinking that here this one storm was coming up, like probably the last monsoon kind of a season coming in here, and that cactus, it's like tip, you know. And it sent out that, you know, to get this is going to be a good 20, because like there hadn't been no 24-hour rains, and those cactus just dropped that energy. They didn't use that energy because they needed it, because there's not going to be any rain. What a fortune foreteller! Thank you, saguaro. Whisperer, you're welcome. Okay, I gotta rest. That's what I said I was gonna do, but you know, just the flow. The way it goes. Gets you to be far too penetrating more ways than one. Now I'm resting. Thank you, dear Creator, for this day and our lives we're living in. We're ready for the change. The United Nations of Creation's Creator. I should write it down.